In V Rising, to access the top level research gear, you need to build the Athenium. I'm going to say that wrong multiple times, you're going to have to bear with me. But of course, how do you do this? Well, turns out you have to start a religious uprising and take down the V blood boss, Raziel the Shepherd. What's up guys, Mark's here, and this is going to be a quick boss guide on how to take down Raziel the Shepherd in V Rising. In addition to giving you access to the Athenium, which allows you to research all sorts of endgame equipment, Raziel will also give you a handy ultimate ability and let you craft the base of the upper echelon of magical trinkets. Ready to fight him? Well, you're going to want to make sure that you're equipped and ready to go. First off, make sure to be at least level 60 in your gear level. Then, make sure to have some holy resistance potions, which you get the recipe to craft from Meredith the Archer. Lastly, beating Beatrice is really important because it'll give you access to human form, which honestly just makes it so much easier to get to the boss without having to deal with all the minions around. Once you've got all your equipment, you're going to want to head to the Dunley Monastery. Now the monastery can be found way north of the Vampiric Waygate in the left of the Dunley farmlands. Once you arrive at the monastery, just out front, pop the Holy Resistance Potion. The monastery is covered in holy radiation, which will cause you to take damage over time. Not an ideal scenario for a boss fight, nor whether or not you're just trying to walk in there and try to go unscathed. Once it's popped, turn into human form and start walking up to the big cathedral where Raziel can be found. Okay, now for the fun part, the boss fight itself. In general, Raziel tends to play from a range, and as soon as you get close, he'll start to run away from you. Now this to me screams, well, weakness.
Your powers are weak, old man.
You're going to want to play melee distance and force him to run away from you. Think about it. If he's running, he isn't shooting you or casting any spells in your direction, so honestly, kind of a win. Raziel also summons tethers, which are extremely annoying because they will slow you down. Your first priority is always going to be to take these things out, because if you don't, you get slowed down, and then he can just kind of shoot you from afar and there's nothing you can do about it. Lastly, when you get him to half HP, he's going to start raining giant laser beams of death down from the sky, trying to catch you in them. These things will kill you extremely quickly, and once again, this is going to re-emphasize the importance of taking out those tethers so you can move around quickly and avoid them. While casting this spell, he does stand still, which is also opportune time for you to get some heavy damage in. For a recommended weapon, I like the Reaper just because of the E ability, Howling Reaper, which basically just throws that thing around and spins in a circle in a certain point, which honestly is pretty good, especially when he's casting spells. For abilities, try to bring a Frost ability. This is going to slow him down from running away from you, and also prevent him from casting spells because he's going to be running longer. And then you're also going to want to bring a Chaos spell because that'll allow you to do damage over time while he's casting spells / running away. Lastly, for the dodge, I like to bring the Ice one because it'll redirect his attacks, specifically that Holy Beam, while giving you a nice Frost melee ability once you've actually crept up on it. And those are all the tips that I have for beating Raziel, but let's talk about the goodies that you get from actually defeating him and absorbing his V-blood. Like I mentioned, the most important thing you get is the Athenium. I'm still saying that wrong, but that's okay, which is once again the research center for all of your endgame gear. In addition, you get a new ultimate, the Crimson Beam, which basically is just like a death laser beam. Think Elden Ring, that really broken attack that pretty much everybody uses. But you also get to learn the recipe for the corrupted artifact, which gives you additional spell power, but is also used for the base for all of the end game artifacts as well. Lastly, you can now craft a silver resistance potion, which comes in handy when you're either trying to bargain for items from the merchants and you got all those silver coins on you, or eventually when you do go to mine in the silver mines. And that's just about it. That's a quick guide on how to beat Raziel the Shepherd. Let me know down below in the comments if you have any additional things that make this boss fight just a little bit easier. But hope this helps, and happy vamping, everybody.